Okay, so in today's video I am going to be reviewing the new Lego Harry Potter Collector's Edition Hogsmeade set, so if you want to hear my thoughts then keep on watching. Okay, so this is the box, obviously. This is the back of the box where obviously you can see the three buildings. We have a drawing along the bottom to show like the dimensions and what it will look like. We've also got some scenes from the film itself, and then obviously we've got building 1, 2 and 3. And then on the front of the box, obviously we can see the front of the shops, and along the top we have just got every single minifigure that is in this set, which I will very shortly go into all of those anyway. But yeah, obviously as always, all of the minifigures are listed along the top, so you can see right away who you're going to get in the set. And then this was actually the first time I've actually had the books packaged like this, so it was like a paper bag basically, and for some reason I really struggled to actually get into it, but yeah, I did actually quite like this paper bag. It was a lot easier to get rid of and dispose of than the cardboard things are. And yeah, in this set, as you can see, we have 3 sticker sheets, so there is one for each book. The one on the left is for the first book, the one in the middle is for the last one, and then the bigger sheet was for the second. No, that's a lie. That's completely wrong. The one on the left was for the middle book, the one in the middle was for the third book, and then the one on the end was for the first book. No, yes, the one with Honeydukes on is for the first book. And then obviously, as you can see here, they are all of the books which just show the buildings along the front. So this being the first one, when we open it up, there are some details in there of different sets that you can add to this one, like the Shrieking Shack set and another one. And then obviously, as you can see here, this one breaks down all of the shops individually, and obviously you can see that we have 3 buildings, the 3 books separated, and then there is just some details on the side about them. And then again we have some pictures from within the film and a little bit more detail basically, not too much, but yeah, that is what we have in the book and on the box. So I did decide that obviously with this being quite a large set, I wasn't going to leave any of the building in this video. The only building that I actually decided to leave in is obviously the building that you can see right now. So this bag 1 was actually entirely for a minifigure essentially. So yeah, we basically have a horse and carriage for Cornelius Fudge. So yeah, that is obviously what we are building now. The horse is obviously, as you can see, a separate piece that just came like loose in the box, and then bag 1 is essentially just a carriage that we have to build up for Cornelius Fudge to sit inside of. I did think this was quite cool actually. I didn't really feel like it needed to have its own bag. I feel like this and bag 2 probably could have been sort of like combined together, and that would have been fine, because obviously you can see this bag didn't really take that long to build at all. I think I have sped this up to like a tiny little bit. I don't even know what the percentage would be. But yeah, it's sped up from like 100% to 200%, whereas normally in my building videos I speed it up to 1000%. So yeah, you can tell that it didn't really take me too long. There wasn't like a lot of pieces or anything in it. So yeah, I do feel as though these pieces could have just been put in bag 2, and that could have reduced the number of bags. But then I guess the whole point is to kind of have each book have the same amount of bags, because there was 10 bags for book 1, another 10 for book 2, and then another 10 for book 3, so obviously having 30 bags in total. So I do feel like that's maybe why this had its own separate bag, to kind of, you know, make it not drag it out a little bit but make it even. So yeah, I decided to leave this build in this video, because obviously I am going to go into detail about the minifigures so that you can see them. So I thought that actually building this carriage was quite sort of important, I guess. So we then have, you can have the horse separate, so we have that little white brick that you can put in, or you can take it out to put the carriage in. And then yeah, obviously if you don't have the carriage on, then we just have that white brick to make the horse complete. So obviously you don't have to have the carriage with the horse, but I feel like it's a little bit strange if you don't. But yeah, obviously there you can see it all completed, and you'll see it in a little bit more detail in a second as well. Okay, so I'm now going to show you the minifigures. So the first one that we have here is Katie Bell, and obviously you can see she has this regular face, and then she also has this shocked face, because she actually has a stand to make it look like she's like flying through the air basically. So yeah, you can kind of see it there. She just kind of sits on that stand, which I think is actually really cool. The next one that we have is obviously Draco Malfoy, who has his regular face and then also has an angry face, as he usually does. I tend to kind of keep my minifigures sort of on their regular face, kind of. I don't really tend to use their alternative face too many times. But yeah, obviously it is there if you want to use it. So the next minifigure that we have is Mrs. Flume, and once again she has a regular face and an angry face as well. So at this point I was kind of thinking that all of the minifigures were going to have a sort of double print. You know, there was going to be a front and a back, until I got to Cornelius Fudge, although actually to be fair I built him first, so I knew straight away that he doesn't actually have another face. So yeah, obviously you can see in a little bit more detail there what the carriage looks like, and then this is obviously what Cornelius Fudge looks like. I think him not having a second face is possibly part of the fact that he doesn't have a hairpiece. He has a hat on, so obviously you would probably see the second face underneath the hat if not. So yeah, I kind of feel like that is possibly the reason as to why. But yeah, out of all 12 minifigures that we get in this set, he is the only one without a face print, or a second face print, sorry. So the next one that we have is Harry, and again he has another face, another sort of angrier face. And then the next one that we have is Ron, and Ron has this sort of like hair hat piece, so his hat and his hair is kind of like built into one. And once again obviously he has a second face print. I'm just gonna lay him down there for now because I'm going to sort of reshuffle where some of them go. The next character that we have is Madame Rosmerta from what's it called? Oh my god, from the Three Broomsticks. So yeah, we're going to pop her in there, and once again with a second face, an angry face. And then we have Hermione, who once again has two faces and a second angry face. I really actually like her chest printing on this. I think it's really cool, her like jumper and scarf. Yeah, I quite liked that one. And then the next one that we have is Aberforth Dumbledore. So he once again has a second face printing, and then he obviously has his big beard piece as well. And then his hair on top. And then the next one we have is actually Professor Slughorn. And he sort of has a bit of a worried face rather than an angry face as a second one. So yeah, I actually think he's quite cool. I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe this is the first Slughorn that we have had. And then of course we have Professor McGonagall with her stern looking face as a second print, as well as her happy face obviously. And then last but not least we have this character who actually doesn't have a name. She's just referred to as shop staff, but she is staff from, I would presume, the joke toy shop, which is why I've put her on the end, just based on the fact that she is sort of wearing a red uniform. But yeah, those are all of the minifigures, and then as you can see, this here is just the completed piece all together, just as it is. So obviously you can see that I've put all of the minifigures sort of along the street, so that you can obviously see them all displayed outside. And then yeah, it gives sort of, when it's displayed like this, obviously you can see the outside details quite well, for all of the different shops. And then this is a up close of the first book. So we have the owl post, dervish and bangs, and then honeydukes. And then yeah, obviously all the details inside, which I don't know, I do feel like it is quite detailed, but sometimes I do feel like there could be a little bit more put in, or something a little bit less random. I don't know. I do like this for the most part, but I do feel like maybe there could have been some better detailing inside, especially with this second one. Obviously you can see this one is quite a bit taller, having to sort of bring it down to display it and show it. But yeah, I feel like inside this one definitely could have had some more detail. I feel like it's literally just a couple benches, a chandelier, a toilet and an armchair. But yeah, I do like it for the most part, and obviously me, along with a lot of other people, we're not going to I'm not going to display it this way. I will display it sort of front facing, so you'll never really see the back of it anyway. But I just feel like for the price point, some more details would maybe have been a little bit nicer. And then obviously here we have the third one, and I feel like this is the one that I feel could have had a little bit more detail. I don't know, I mean that middle room on the right is literally just a pad on the floor with 4 chairs, and then at the top it's just a bed. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like there could have been some more detail. But yeah, that is the whole set. Okay, so that is everything for my review on the Lego Harry Potter Collector's Edition Hogsmeade. Please let me know your thoughts down below, I'd be really interested to see. And yeah, if you want a more in-depth build video, make sure to subscribe, because they will be going up within the next couple of weeks. So yeah, make sure to subscribe and come back for those. Also make sure to like and comment, and I will see you next time. Bye.